Welcome in, friends, for our core and lower body workout. For today's workout, you will need one of our Pilates yoga balls. So go ahead and grab that. I just have blocks out here because I'm going to prop up my mic so that it's not making a bunch of noise while I'm moving around. For our format today, we will have 30 seconds of work with 10 seconds of rest, and then we have 4 rounds of each move. So I'll talk you through the moves when we get there. So first move, we're going to be on our backs laying over our ball. So grab your equipment and we'll go ahead and get started. All right, first move, you're going to come on down to your back, lay over the ball right in between your shoulder blades and bring your legs out nice and long. And we've got 30 seconds of finding these ball crunches. So you're going to bicycle crunch from side to side. And then as you open up the chest, you're laying over that ball to get that extension through the upper body. So just go right to left, finding these bicycle crunches. Send the leg out, crunch, out, crunch, out, crunch. Last few seconds right here. Keep it moving. All right, and we rest. If you want a little bit more, lift up through the upper body, open up through the chest, and press that upper back into the ball. Hold, and here we go. Crunch, open, bicycle crunch, open, twist, twist, and twist. Ooh. Keep hugging that low belly up and in. Keep breathing. Inhale, inhale. As you exhale, you're engaging through that core, having a little bit more engagement, flexing through those abs. 2 seconds, and 1, rest. Again, you can stay active here, or you can just relax over the ball and let the upper body open. All right, back at it, but side to side. We got 2 more rounds. Bicycle crunch, lower, crunch, lower, crunch, lower. Really starting to feel those abs now. Nice and warmed up. Tap, tap. Try to get that elbow across, over to the knee. Tap, open, tap, open. A few more seconds. Woo, keep it going. I don't know what words are anymore. Woo. All right, hold right here. Last little rest. And we go through that last round of crunches. 2 and 1. All right, side to side. Twist, lower, twist, lower. Open up through that chest. Press the upper back into the ball. Crunch, crunch, crunch. Use that breath. Inhale, inhale. Use that breath to guide you. 5 more seconds. Yes, you can. Open, twist, open, twist. Get 1 more to each side. Nice job. Ooh, that was our 4 rounds. Quick and painless, hopefully. All right, moving on to our next movement. We're going to come onto our sides. I'm going to come onto my right side. I'm going to be on my palm for this movement, but you can do it with your forearm down. You have the option, if you want to keep the ball, and you're going to place it behind the left knee. So your right hip is on the ground and your left knee is on top, bringing the ball behind the left knee. That is totally optional for you. You can try it for this first round. If it gets super intense, just put the ball on the ground. I'm going to get our timer going here. Got 10 seconds before we start moving. And what it looks like is you're going to lift your right hip up off the ground, either keeping your toes together or you're lifting up and sending that left knee nice and high to the sky. So here we go, 30 seconds. Lift and lower, lift, lower. So again, your toes can stay together like so, squeezing that ball if you have it, lower and lift, or you're sending that left knee nice and high to the sky and then bringing it back down to meet the right as you lower the right hip. These start to burn right away. 5 seconds and we got that break. Ooh, and 1. Lower down. If you want a little more, you can stay lifted, maybe pulse that ball behind the leg, but trust me, this one's gonna burn, so you might as well take that break. All right, right at it. Second set. Lower, lift, lower, lift. Down, up, down, and up. 20 more seconds. Woo. Lower, lift, lower, and lift. Last 10 of this round. Woo. Lower and lift, lower, lift. All right, take that break. 10-second break. We got 2 more rounds on this side. That right booty should start to be burning. You can lose the ball if you need to. All right, here we go. 3rd set. Lift and lower. If lifting the left leg all the way up starts to be too intense, just bring the toes together so that you can keep moving and keep challenging yourself. You don't have to give up, just modify so you can keep going and still get that good workout. 10 seconds. Lift and lower. Lift, last 5. Woo. And 1. All right, take that break. Last break, then we move into the last round on this side. Then we'll move over to the left. 2 and 1. Here we go, last set. Woo. On the right. Squeeze. Oh yeah. Back of my knees getting sweaty. That ball's starting to slide out. Really grip onto that ball if you're using it. Lower and lift. Lower and lift. Halfway there. Woo. Down and up. 10 seconds. Oh yeah, last 5. I gotta lose that ball. Woo. Nice job. Whew. That hurt right away. You don't need much for those little clamshells. They get really intense. We're gonna switch over into the left side. So let's scooch on over to our left hip. Left hip is down. Ball goes behind the right knee this time. On your palms or on your forearms. Keeping the toes together or lifting that right knee up to the sky. Lowering that left hip. Lower and lifting. Up and down. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale at the top. Use that breath. We're engaging the core still the entire time, getting into a little bit of obliques here, as well as that glute. 2 and 1. Take that 10-second break. Glutes is working super hard, as you can tell. It's about 100 degrees in this garage. It's like doing hot yoga. All right, palms down. Here we go. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Don't forget to breathe. Inhale. Inhale. Really squeezing both glutes. Hugging the belly up and in to protect the spine, engage the core. Less than 10 seconds. Woo! Lift. Ow! All right, I gave up. 2 seconds early. Don't do what I do, do what I say, right? All right, we got 2 more rounds to go. Yes, you can. Modify wherever you need to. Here we go, lift and lower. Maybe you bring the big toes to touch. And you just do this little clamshell at the top. Whatever you have to do to keep yourself moving and challenged. Halfway. Lift. 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 Last few seconds. Lift. Lift. Last 2 and 1. All right, take that break. Oh yeah, my booty is on fire. Last round right here. Keep the ball, lose the ball, whatever you need to do. Mine's too slippery, so I'm just gonna do this last round without. Lift and lower. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. What's is bothered? This is too hard for him. Halfway, yes you can. Keep going. Last little bit, 10 seconds. Squeeze, squeeze. Last 5 seconds. And 1. Whew. Nice job. That was painful. All right, we just have one final move. What it will look like before I start our timer is you will bring the ball, come onto your back, you'll bring the ball in between your thighs, and you are just tapping your heels to the ground and then crunching in. You can have your shoulders lifted here or keep them lowered onto the ground. So squeezing the inner thighs into the ball, you tap, crunch, and then change while we're resting for 10 seconds, I challenge you to send your legs up straight and pulse the inner thighs in towards one another and press that low back down to get a little bit more into the lower abs. All right. I got our timer going for us. So here we go. We are tapping those heels and squeezing the ball with our inner thighs. Shoulders up or down, 30 seconds. We tap, crunch, tap, crunch. So you can get that little bit of your tailbone up off the mat, but we're not using momentum. We're using slow, controlled movements. Tap, curl, tap, curl. 10 more seconds, curl. Squeeze the inner thighs into that ball. Tap, curl, tap, curl. For 3, 2, 1. Okay, challenge for that 10 seconds. Send the legs up. Pulse that inner thighs against that ball. Squeeze, squeeze. Flex the toes. All right, bend into the knees. Tap, curl, tap, curl. So our chest is lifted. We're not yanking on our neck and rounding in the spine. Keep those elbows out nice and wide. If your shoulders are up, you're lifting your sternum or your chin straight up to the ceiling. Press the low back down. 10 seconds. Curl, tap, curl, tap, curl. That's 3, 2, 1. Send those legs high. Pulse that ball. In, 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 in. Starting to feel those hip flexors. Squeeze the inner thighs. All right, full range. Bend the knees. Tap, curl. We just have 2 more sets. Curl, tap, curl, tap, and curl. Woo! Breathe. Inhale. Inhale. Squeeze that ball. Tap. Tap. Last 5 seconds. Woo! And 1. Send those legs high. Pulse, 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 pulse. Last little bit. I know you can. If you need to take a break, just take that break. That's what it's built in for. All right, last round. Tap. Tap. Really think about hugging that low belly button up and in to control the legs down, and then bring them back up, pressing the low back down into the earth. Halfway. Tap. Tap. Almost there. Keep breathing. Last 5 seconds. Woo! 2 and 1. For 10 more seconds, send the legs up. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Bring that ball underneath the low back. Finding a supported bridge lift here. And letting the tailbone and the low spine melt over the ball. You can always kind of find Supta Baddha Konasana, bringing the soles of the feet to touch. Just really letting those hip flexors stretch out right here. I like to rock from side to side over the ball, bringing one knee down to the mat, then the other. Taking any variation with the arms that feel good. Oh yeah. That was quick but effective. Those are fun little moves. They're almost more body weight than anything else, and the ball is just there for extra support and extra spiciness if you want it, of course. Thank you all so much for joining in for this quick little core and lower body burner. I will see you all next time. Namaste.